She looked at a quiet single father and said, "I need a husband by tomorrow." He didn't panic. He didn't laugh. His calm reply did something no one expected. And by the end of this story, you'll realize how one moment of kindness can change 3 lives forever. Before we dive into this incredible story, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss our powerful, life-changing content. She told a single dad, "I need a husband by tomorrow." His calm reply changed everything. I still remember the way my hands trembled that evening. The city lights blurred through my tears as I stood outside the small cafe where I worked part-time. My phone buzzed again, another message from my landlord, another reminder of everything I was about to lose. Tomorrow was the deadline. My home, my dignity, my fragile sense of safety. Inside the cafe sat Adam, the quiet single dad who came every night with his little daughter, Lily. He always ordered warm milk for her and black coffee for himself. He smiled kindly but spoke little. I had never told him much about my life, and he never asked. That night, desperation pushed words out of me before pride could stop them. "I need a husband by tomorrow," I whispered, half laughing, half crying. He looked up calmly, as if I had asked for sugar instead of a miracle. "Sit down," he said gently. I sat today. He listened. He didn't interrupt. He didn't judge. I told him about the landlord who refused to renew my lease unless I had a family. I told him about my sick mother back home, the debts, the shame, the loneliness. My voice cracked. Adam nodded slowly. Then he said something that changed everything. "You don't need a husband. You need help." His words were steady, warm, and honest. "My wife died 3 years ago," he continued quietly. "Since then, Lily and I have learned something important. Survival doesn't come from pretending. It comes from people standing together." He didn't offer a fake ring or a rushed solution. Instead, he stood up, took Lily's hand, and said, "Come with us." That night, he walked me to his modest apartment. He called his landlord, who happened to be an old friend. He explained my situation without exposing my pride. He helped me find a safer place to live, and paid the deposit without letting me feel small. Over the next weeks, Adam checked on me quietly. No pressure, no expectations, only kindness. Lily brought me drawings. Adam brought groceries. Hope returned little by little. I started working full-time. I sent money to my mother. I began to breathe again. Months passed. One evening, while Lily colored at the table, Adam looked at me softly and said, "You don't need a husband, but I think I need you in our lives." This time, my heart did not tremble in fear. It opened in trust. We did not marry out of desperation. We chose each other out of healing. Today, our home is filled with laughter. Lily calls me Mama. Adam calls me my miracle. But I know the truth. He was mine first. Moral lesson. Sometimes, the greatest love is not rushed or demanded. It is given quietly through compassion, honesty, and shared humanity. When we help each other with sincere hearts, miracles happen naturally. He was mine first. But the story didn't end there. Life rarely allows miracles to stay simple. Just when peace began to feel normal, it tested us again. A letter arrived one morning, thin and official, carrying news Adam had feared for years. His company was shutting down. The job that kept food on the table, that paid Lily's school fees, that gave us stability. Gone in 30 days. I watched his shoulders sink as he read the words. That night, he sat in silence long after Lily fell asleep. I placed my hand over his. "This time," I said softly, "you're not alone." I took extra shifts. I learned new skills late at night, my eyes burning but my heart steady. Adam applied everywhere, facing rejection with quiet dignity. Some nights we counted coins. Some mornings we smiled anyway. Lily noticed everything. She wrapped her small arms around us and said, "Families don't break. They bend." Her words became our strength. Then something unexpected happened. A cafe owner Adam once helped, without asking anything in return, recognized his name. He offered Adam a management role. Not charity. Respect. On Adam's first day, I stood outside the cafe where we had first spoken in despair. I remembered the woman who had asked for a husband by tomorrow. She no longer existed. In her place stood someone stronger, steadier, and deeply loved. That evening, Adam came home smiling in a way I hadn't seen before. "We're going to be okay," he said. And for the first time, the future felt wide and welcoming. We didn't rush marriage. We built trust. We built patience. We built a home inside each other first. One quiet Sunday, Adam took my hand while Lily played nearby. "Will you walk this life with us?" he asked. I said yes, not because I needed saving, but because love had already saved us both. And as the sun set through our small windows, I understood something deeply true. Hard times do not destroy kind people. They reveal them. And when two broken souls choose compassion over fear, they don't just survive. They create a future worth believing in. But belief alone does not pay bills or quiet old fears. The days that followed were calm on the surface, yet inside me, echoes of the past still whispered. I woke up early every morning, afraid peace might disappear if I slept too deeply. Adam noticed. He always noticed. One dawn, while Lily was still dreaming, he placed a cup of tea in my hands and said, "You don't have to carry tomorrow before it arrives." I tried to smile. But healing is not a straight road. My mother's health worsened back home, and the guilt returned like a heavy coat I could not remove. I sat on the kitchen floor that night, phone in my hand, heart breaking silently. Adam sat beside me without a word. He didn't offer solutions. He offered presence. Sometimes, that is stronger. We made plans together, small, careful plans. Savings jars labeled hope, education, health. Lily decorated them with stickers and crooked letters. Every coin became a promise. Weeks passed, and the apartment began to feel warmer, fuller. Laughter returned naturally, without effort. Adam cooked on weekends. I read stories to Lily at night. Yet one afternoon, an unexpected visitor knocked on the door. It was my former landlord. My chest tightened instantly. He spoke of regret, of rules, of mistakes made when fear outweighs kindness. I listened, steady this time. I was no longer pleading. Adam stood beside me, not in front of me. Equal. When the door closed, I realized something had shifted forever. I was not defined by what I begged for. I was defined by what I had endured and learned. That evening, Lily climbed onto my lap and asked, "Are you scared anymore?" I thought carefully before answering. "I still get scared," I said. "But now I know I don't face it alone." She smiled, satisfied with the truth. Outside, rain began to fall softly. Inside, we planned the next step, not as survivors, but as builders. And the road ahead, though uncertain, no longer felt heavy. The rain stopped sometime before midnight. The city grew quiet, as if giving us space to listen to our own hearts. Adam fixed the loose window latch while Lily slept, her small chest rising and falling in peace. I stood in the doorway and understood something I had never known before. Safety is not walls. It is people. A few months later, my mother's voice grew stronger on the phone. She laughed again. Hope had reached her too. On a simple evening, no crowd, no pressure, no fear, Adam took my hands and said, "Let's stop surviving. Let's start living." We chose each other, freely and fully, not because life demanded it, but because love had earned it. Our home was still modest. Our days were still busy, but our hearts were no longer tired. Lily ran through the house laughing, calling us her forever, and I finally slept without fear of tomorrow. I once believed love was something you ask for when the world corners you. I was wrong. Love is something that finds you when you are honest, broken, and brave enough to accept help. Moral lesson. Hard times reveal true character. Kindness given without conditions can change the course of a life. When we choose compassion over fear and stand beside one another in difficult moments, we don't just fix problems, we build futures. And sometimes, the calmest reply becomes the beginning of everything. Thank you for listening to this heartfelt story. If it moved you, please share it. leave a comment below and let someone know. You are never alone.